Hey students, this is lesson 1.1. Welcome back. We're going to learn to make nets and drawings of three-dimensional figures. It's a good start for you in geometry to kind of start to think about things in a little bit different perspective. There's some important vocabulary to pay attention to. As usual, there's a little review at the beginning. I'm going to let you do that without talking much about that. So go ahead and do that, and then you can check back. All right, so check your answers. I was just curious on this number 10. What is it about the definition that makes that non-polygon? Think about it. Try to be specific. Anyway, so a couple more problems here. That's an important one. All right, so here's your first problem. Identifying a solid from a net. The net below folds into a cube. Which letters will be on the top and front of the cube? Now when we fold this, we have to keep the letters the way they are. We can't fold them inside, so you have to think about that while you're doing that. So we're kind of folding it back. So when I'm all done, D is going to be the front. And if D is the front, then that means that, and this isn't part of it, but we just want to know that A is on the bottom then, and B is on the top. And then just to be consistent here, E will be called at the left, and C will be the right side, and F will be the back. All right? So go ahead, you try that. All right, to draw a net, we need a couple things. Now remember, a net is a two-dimensional representation of a three-dimensional object. So one thing that you want to think about as you do this is how many faces does the object have and what shape are the faces? So this is a rectangular prism, so all faces, and there's three that you can't see. There's the back, the left, and the bottom. So there's 6 faces, so we need an object with 6 parts, and each of those faces are rectangles. The other thing you should know is that like the top and bottom are the same, the left and right are the same, and the front and back are the same. So let's just start with the front. Let's represent the front here. And we'll label that. This is 7, and this is 12. So that's the front. We want to keep track of that. Now, attached to the front, and you can do this more than one way, but I'm going to do it this way. So attached to the front is the right side and the left side. So we want to make sure we know that that's 12. Of course, that's also 12, so I'm not sure we need to label that again. So this will be the right side. And then attached to the right side is the back, which is exactly the same as the front. So that's 7 there also. And I should label this width here, this is 2. Okay, and then we need the top and the bottom. They're also attached to the front, and so I'm going to attach them up here. And the width of those have to match these widths, so that would be 2. And we can tell that it's going to be 7. We don't need to relabel that. And I'm going to attach the bottom down here. So I have 6 faces. I have front, back, left and right, and then top and bottom. All right, so that's how you do that one. All right, go ahead, you try it. All right, another kind of drawing we can have is an isometric drawing. An isometric drawing is actually a three-dimensional drawing of a three-dimensional object. And we need a special kind of paper, dot paper, to do that. Now, one thing you want to look at is when you put this on the dot paper, you're going to need a dot at every edge and every vertices. Right now I'm labeling the vertices. And then, so there are 7 vertices. Actually, it looks like 8 vertices that we need to have on there. Oops, I marked one that's not there. Vertices. We're not going to keep that one. All right, and then these are all edges that I need to mark. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 of those. All right. So when I do it, there's a couple of different perspectives you could use. But I'm going to say this is, I'm going to start with this front edge and just draw it like this here. It's 2 units long. Okay. And then it's 2 units high, so I'm just going to go straight up 2. I need to go up that off of every vertex. And then the width here is just 1 unit long there. So I'm just going to go over 1. And up 2. And then fill that in, my other edges. And there's my drawing. Okay. You could also, as another perspective, you could draw it this way also. I think would be okay. All right, so I'm gonna let you try that. I gotta fix one thing on here for you. On your paper, there's a little line drawn. Oh, that's the next problem. All right, go ahead and try this. Number 26, you're gonna notice there's this line is a little bit different than yours. We're gonna use this line here instead of the line that's on your paper. So go ahead and change that. But I'll pause now and you can try that. All right, so what is the front orthographic drawing for the isometric? I'm going to show you a couple more. An orthographic drawing is a 2-dimensional view of a certain 3-dimensional shape from a certain perspective. So what I'm saying here is this object here could be, you could look at it straight on from the front. You could look at it straight on from the right side, the left side, the top side, the bottom side. I'll just do a couple of these so you can see what it looks like. So imagine you were looking at this from the front side, straight on from the front. So in other words, you can't see at all the right side or the top or the bottom. You just see this front side. So it's this shape right here that you're going to be seeing. And so we're going to draw that just like this. And this is called an orthographic drawing. There's usually more than one view. So that's what the front would look like, that line there. Now, if you look at it from the right side, it's going to look a little bit different. You're actually going to see this square in front. And if you look at it straight on, you're going to see this square also. So what it's going to look like from the right side is it's going to be 2 units high, but you're actually going to see this line because you're going to see the top of this part right there, and the bottom of this has the same line. Okay. Now a top view, if you're looking straight down from the top, you're going to see this little square here and these 2 squares. You're not going to notice the 3-dimensional part if you're looking straight at the top. So the top view is going to look like this. It's 3 units long, and you're going to see that top part as one little view there. So that's the idea there. That's an orthographic drawing. Go ahead and try this problem. Now we're going to change one thing this year. I'm going to actually have you answer questions, and eventually I'll have you just answer these right on the computer. But I'm going to have you answer the lesson check question so I can kind of get an idea how much you understand. So I'm not going to do this part right now, but for tomorrow, just have your answers ready to share in class, and I'll just kind of go around quick and see what people seem to know and what they don't know. All right, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.